So, Fox News host had made a comment that homeless people and mentally ill people should be killed through lethal injection, or institutionalized. If they refuse to allow themselves to be institutionalized, they should just. He suggested killing them. That's what he did. He kind of walked that back later, but he said it, and they're getting us used to the idea of forcing people into institutions, forcing them into state-run institutions, or killing them. Folks, this is, if I have to tell people this is dangerous, then you know what? It's over. It's already over. Okay? It's what the Nazis did. It's what the Soviets did, right? After World War II. If you remember the Gestapo during World War II, right? Well, when World War II ended, the Soviets took over East Germany, and they you know, the wall went up, and they engaged in the activities that were later termed Zersetzung, which is total destruction of a person on every level. Body, mind, and soul, right? Physically, psychologically, spiritually, socially, financially, everything destroyed through psyop-type warfare. But part of that, you know, and of course smear campaigns and so on, but part of that included false accusations, right? Falsely accusing people of mental illness. And again, I'm using the term false accusation to, you know, regarding mental illness, because when people can be institutionalized or killed and have everything taken from them, okay, there's a huge punishment that goes along with being accused of mental illness. You know, the Soviets did that to the Germans in East Germany. They would either drive them crazy, they would attack them, we just psyop on them, you know, hunt them, stalk them, follow them. They would have their own, you know, people in the community get involved in it. I mean, it was horrific. And when the people, you know, when the targets began speaking up about what was happening, they were called crazy. And they were institutionalized. And some really did go crazy. But not all of them did. You know, it was either to drive them crazy or to just make them sound crazy when they try to talk about what's happening to them. But the point was to institutionalize them, first and foremost, to discredit them. It's an ad hominem, right? You defame their character to discredit their point. But it also allowed them to be institutionalized, experimented on, killed. Okay? This is a strategy of warfare. Accusations of mental illness. And again, once it's done to one group, it can be done to any group. You step just a tiny bit out of line and watch what happens. Okay, we should not allow this to be done to anyone, whether or not we consider them friend or foe. It doesn't matter. And it wasn't just the fascists who did it either, right? Because once World War II ended and the Soviets took over, then it was the Soviets who did it. That hasn't ended. That Zersetzung style warfare did not stop when the wall came down. It spread. Now it's part of what we call today organized stalking or gang stalking, but just go back and do the research. Understand how this works. Okay? If you don't want something done to you, do not allow it to be done to others. I don't give a damn what excuse they use to demonize the latest scapegoat. The scapegoat is just that. They're used so that people will support laws and ideologies and things that really are inhumane, cruelty against humanity. Whereas in no other case would they ever support that, and they would never want it done to themselves. I don't know what to say anymore. This is insane. He suggested killing them if they won't allow themselves to be institutionalized. The homeless people. He suggested doing that to homeless people and to people who are mentally ill. And of course, transgender people are being called mentally ill. Think that they won't do it every single time. Every single time. We've told you all. They're going to do this. They said they're going to do this. They're going to do this. And we've been called crazy, hysterical, lunatics. Well, in every single time they've done what they said. They've made good on their threats. You can't be a good person and support this. You know, what if it's your your friend? What if it's your family? Is they're being dragged off to the fucking institutions and the camps and the fuck knows what else? What are you gonna say then? Oh, but remember, she would have been worse. Give me a break.